So right now we're on page 381, and this is just an excerpt that is taken directly from chapter 10 of To Kill a Mockingbird. I'm going to just read the instructions really quick. You can read along with me. Conduct a close reading of the passage below for chapter 10. As you read, highlight references to the title and think about why Harper Lee chose this title for her novel. Keep track of your ideas by noting your thoughts in the margin. All right. So why do we think, so far, from what we've read, why do you think that she chose to name this novel To Kill a Mockingbird? What's the significance?
To teach a lesson to, like, treat others the way you want to be treated.
Okay, so is this book all about literally killing a mockingbird?
No.
Why not? What is it about then?
It's about like more like what you said, like treating people the way you want to be treated, and not like judging, and not like not much like everybody's making assumptions about everybody in this book.
Exactly. So this is pretty much, we're not just talking about color, we're not just talking about status or anything like that. It's like there's various ideas and various instances where people are getting judged and getting mistreated and getting picked on and made fun of. So how is Mockingbird, what is the mockingbird in this story? How is that symbolic?
It's a sign of innocence, like they know they didn't do what they did just by being Mockingbird.
Like it says right here, that it's a sin to kill a mockingbird because what Miss Madi said. She said mockingbirds don't do one thing, but they make music and they sing for us, and that they don't eat up the people's gardens. They don't make nests in the corn cribs, but all they do is just sing for us. They don't do anything wrong.
Okay. So we're talking about a bird that literally doesn't bother anyone, doesn't eat anyone's crops, doesn't do anything but sing and make music for us to enjoy, right?
Yeah.
So if we're thinking about a specific person in the novel, for instance, who do you think is someone that doesn't bother anyone, that just helps all the time? Go ahead.
Boo Riley.
Boo Radley? Why? Give me an example.
He just stays in his house and people will bother him and play games on his house.
Okay, so people, why do they bother him?
Because of what he did in his past, supposedly he did something bad, so they just assume he's bad still.
Or like people, gossip, like people in his ear, telling him that he's a bad person.
They're gossiping about him?
Yeah.
Why do you think they're gossiping about him? If he stays to himself, he doesn't bother anyone, he doesn't ask anyone for anything, why do they dislike him? Why do they dislike his house, his family?
Because how it looks. Just because like how it looks, it looks spooky.
So the outside, they're judging him on the outside.
Yes.
Because basically everybody in that town basically judge each other.
Okay.
You remember it's nobody else has nothing else to do in that town.
Yeah.
Like it said, it's a lazy town, and like they have nothing to talk about, but they talk about each other. And he already stays in the house. He has a messy yard. Nobody's seen him in so time, and they just want he's somebody to talk about because he's never there.
So pretty much they're picking on him. They're kind of like bullying him, right?
Yeah.
Because he doesn't come out. No one knows anything about him. So why not make up stuff about him?
So yeah,
His house is ugly. He never comes out. We know that there's stories and rumors about stuff that he may have done in the past.
Yeah.
But so it's like an easy target, right? But what do we find out while we keep reading? What do we find out about him? He doesn't harm anyone, but what does he do?
He tries to help.
people out.
Okay, he helps them, right? Who does he help specifically?
Jam
German Scout.
German Scout, exactly. And what is the major way that he helps them?
First,
Fight.
defending him from Bob Yule, defending him from Bob Yule, because they were walking from the little plaything that Scout was in, and she was a ham or whatever, and they heard something, and springs out on them and try and ring off Jem's arm. And Sprout can't do anything. She's stuck in the ham suit. Sorry, Scout can't do anything. And she's stuck in the ham bodysuit. And all she sees is another person come fight in yeah.
So what do you think if Boo Radley didn't show up there, if he wasn't watching them, if he wasn't always trying to protect the kids, what do you think would have happened to them that night?
They probably would have died.
They probably would have got killed that night, right? Because Bob Ewell was just adamant. He wanted to mess with Atticus because Atticus defended Tom Robinson, right? And he was livid about that. So I heard someone else say that Tom Robinson probably could be considered a Mockingbird. Who else did that? Was it you? Why would you say that?
Because you're an innocent person.
Okay.
And he ain't that type of person that would try to rape a white person.
Okay, so how did we know that he was innocent? How did we find out that he was innocent?
Because
Go ahead.
Because when he was in the courtroom and they had gave him a test to see what's in your kiss with.
And he caught with what hand?
The left.
He caught with the right. Remember?
No, the left.
He couldn't use the left hand.
Yeah.
You're right.
Okay. So we found out that, and Atticus is the one that found that out, right? So Atticus is his lawyer. He's defending him. He threw something at him to make sure that the jury could see that he couldn't even use his left hand to do anything. And that was supposedly the dominant side was someone that was left-handed that beat up Mayella. But, so why would he be considered a Mockingbird? Just because he didn't rape her? Why was he even over there at her house? Did he work for them?
no, he always
He didn't work for them, right?
No, he didn't
Like
want
the-
to ask her.
No, like the Mockingbird, Mockingbird always sings to the people and gives them something nice to listen to. He always did favors for her, if something was broken in the house, he'd go in the house and fix it. But one day that nobody was home, it was just her. She said, oh, the door, something wrong with the door, or something like that. And he go in and he said, what's wrong with the door? You don't see nothing wrong. And then she tried to kiss him, and then her dad saw. And he said that he tried to rape her because, he doesn't want no black person kissing him. Nothing like that.
Not. Okay. So again, when we're talking about Boo Radley and we're talking about Tom Robinson, obviously it was because he was black, right? So they messed with him because he was black. He was automatically guilty no matter what happened, no matter what they proved. They still tried him and they said he was guilty, even though Atticus proved that he was innocent. So how about Boo Radley though? Boo Radley's not black, he's white. So why is everyone still picking on him, messing with him?
Because they're judging.
Because they're judging, right?
And the things people say really take effect on everybody. Especially the people who say, everybody knows she's popular, so they're gonna believe what she says over than what he says, because guess what? Whatever she says.
Yeah. So he can't really defend himself because he's never out. He doesn't talk to anyone. He doesn't interact with anyone. No one comes over his house and hangs out. He has no friends. He's secluded, completely secluded. But he has such an awesome heart that he sees these kids that are always, playing around, running wild, getting into trouble. And he's always there. Even though they don't know it, he's there. So he would be the perfect example of what Harper Lee is trying to symbolize as a mockingbird. Someone that does no harm, so why are you going to do harm to a person that does no harm? That's why Atticus says in chapter 10 here, it's a sin to